Alright, so I know it's kind of late in the day, it's 7 o'clock, but I wanted to start a video because I kind of want to have, one last video with this amazing car. I love it, but I think it's time to go back to an Audi. So, I've owned multiple Audis and I loved them, and I'm currently trying to get an S4, and I have been talking to the bank and the person who has the car currently about getting that S4. So I'm still working out, the things with that. But me and my buddy, he's driving one of our cars, but we're heading up to Lake Delton in the Dells to actually meet the guy at a Quick Trip at 8:45 to sell the car. So yeah, hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully there's nothing, suspicious or sus or sketch about any of this. He seems legit. I got, a picture of an email that he got sent from the bank and whatever else, and he should have the check for the other remainder, the amount of the car that he is purchasing it for, and then the bank, his bank, should be mailing my bank the rest of the money that I owe for the car. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely gonna miss this car. I've loved it while I've had it, but I've always been an Audi guy, and I've always wanted an S4, so that's what I'm gonna try and go for. That's what I'm trying to do. And the guy that's selling the S4 is being really nice and willing to, do some things to help me out, hopefully, to make this happen. So hopefully all goes well. But yeah, give you guys some rips. Oh God, you've been zoomed in. I'm slow, I'm so sorry. I thought I zoomed out, but apparently that was all just zoomed in on my face. So I'm sorry for that terrible view you guys had for like 30 seconds. But the last time I will ever be driving this car, unless for whatever reason the previous owner that I bought it from buys it back, or somebody in the car group I'm in buys it later on in the future. I'm gonna see if I can get this guy's Facebook or something, so then we can stay in touch in case one of us ever wants to buy the car back, because honestly I love, this is a nice car. It's just, it's not the greatest for where I live, snow-wise, and I miss everything about an Audi, and I've always wanted that car, but this thing was definitely a nice car to own for the, for the half a year to a year that I've owned it. So yeah, I'll catch you guys when we get to the Dells, I guess, and sell the car. Well, it's a doggo. Did it actually? We're just posted up at the McDonald's, trying to figure out what to do for the next almost hour for the guy to get here.
We could check out the little bridge over there and take some pictures.
You mean the one where the dam is? Or the one downtown? That you go under when you're going into downtown?
I have no clue. The one that's on the left side if you're going that way downtown. I know how to get there. I don't know how to explain how to get there.
Me neither. I'll pick this up later.
You just want to head up there? Yeah?
Can.
Okay.
I gotta put my McChicken down now.
Or just take her down. Like 5 minutes.
Okay. Put the camera down and pick it up later. But first, say hi to the doggo.
Axel, say hi. Jump. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God, that's Mac Zoom. Bye. Well, the Focus is sold, but I'm gonna try and get one last clip of it before we leave. And before he leaves. So I might wait until he's done filling up gas to catch another quick video of the car before we head home.
Tell me that you're gonna be driving until now. Just be in mind, don't fucking drive like a sped because Axel's in the back and he'll move around a ton. He weighs 90 pounds like a fucking domino. Get in the back.
Alright, so this is a little clip I'm making to put in my video that I was recording of me selling the Focus. So the clip you guys will see before this one is the Focus driving off, and I'm sorry that it is in portrait mode. I had to record it on my phone because the camera battery died, and I was an idiot and decided to mix up all of my dead batteries in with my charged batteries, so I couldn't get one on here in time. And then I never ended up really making an ending to that, so this is what this clip will be. And I also need to do some explaining. I know I said that I was going to try and get the S4, but I was having some issues with the bank and stuff, and trying to get that because they were concerned about some things like my disposable income and whatnot. So they wanted me to stick to a car that was either around like the $11,000 range or get like another $3,000 or $4,000 on top of the like $3,200 that I already had to put down. So I just ended up buying a different car, which I will show you later. It definitely well, it should be a fun car. It just needs some work. But yeah, I'll show you guys that when I get dressed and all that stuff, or when I go outside next. And I'm sorry I've been making videos lately. I've just been, well, I was working, but lately I've had off for a while for whatever reason, because I was gonna go out of town, but then I ended up not, and I ended up selling the Focus and getting that car that's out there, which I will show you guys later. But yeah, and then they just screwed up the scheduling, so that's why I also don't work this week. So I'm gonna try and get back to making these videos and editing them and getting them uploaded. I just need to figure out if I'm gonna be using my dad's iPad like I was originally doing, or if I'm gonna try and edit on my PC or my laptop. I might just do the iPad because I already know how and it's easy. But yeah. So I'll explain a little more as to what happened with that whole situation and show you guys the car and tell you guys about the car once I am up and going. I don't know what I'm going to be doing today. I'll probably do some DoorDash and probably work on my grandma's lawnmower. So maybe I'll show you guys some of that. And I'll probably be hanging out with friends. But yeah. I could, I guess, give you guys a little sneak peek of what the car looks like from out my window, and then just show you guys. Now, I've never owned one of these cars before, but I was like, maybe it'll be fun to own. See if any of you guys know what that is. Can't really see the front end very well, except because of the grill, but you can see the headlights and the kind of the design of the front end, so that should give you an idea. But I'll end up showing you guys later and explaining more about the car and whatnot. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I'm sorry I'm not being very enthusiastic right now. I'm trying to get used to doing this whole thing again, because I haven't made a video in about 3 months. So yeah, and I'm sorry for that again. But I will catch you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I know it's pretty late, it's like 1 a.m, but I figured I'd just come down to Riverside to finish off this video, you know, talk about the things I was going to talk about, show you guys the car. So, you guys probably can't see it very well. I'll make another video probably tomorrow talking about it. It's a BMW, which, like I said, never owned one before. It has, I'll tell you guys the mileage in a minute, but it does need a good buffing. You guys can't really tell right now, but here, let me grab my phone. This is the interior. I'll show you guys a little better in a minute. It's the rare, like, 2-tone, 5-speed. It's black, and you guys can probably kind of see it, maybe. But there's, you know, swirls in the paint. That was probably a terrible angle. There's swirls in the paint. This logo, I need to get a new one, but they're really easy to take off. You can just pop them right off. Car's in pretty good shape body-wise. There's not really any rust except for right. I need my light again. I came to a bad spot and I did this at a bad time. The only rust is on the doors right there, just that one. And then right here, they like bondoed it or something, and it's like peeling off, and you know, the grill's a little loose, so I'm gonna have to fix that, get a new one probably. And this mirror cap is a little screwed up. Other than that, I mean, it needs some work done to it. I'm probably gonna throw a new motor in it, because I don't know if you guys can see, but the mileage, probably not. It has 260,482 miles on it. This is the original motor from what if I'm correct too. So it needs a radiator fan. It's the inline 6 3.0 liter. It's got xenon low beams and high beams. And it needs a new PCM. It has a dead, cylinder 4 is dead. I mean, the interior is pretty nice. You know, the steering wheel's a little screwed up from just wear. The headliner has some imperfections, but other than that, like these seats, all 3 doors are basically brand new. This seat doesn't even really have anything wrong with it. I mean, like, it's obviously showing signs of wear, but it's not cracking, you know what I mean? I know some people might say, oh, why'd you get rid of the Focus for this? And honestly, this was just kind of like this wasn't originally planned. I was still trying to, you know, get the Audi, and then my buddy was selling this, and he's like, hey, I'll sell it to you for $2,500. And I've been told by a couple people that that's a pretty good deal and that I, got a good deal on it. I am probably gonna throw a new motor in it though, because it's been overheated, I think, like once or twice, and it needs a new PCM because of the dead cylinder and because like the battery light, you can probably see flash. Like if I turn my brights on here, I'll go for oh, you might have just seen it. Yeah, right there. It's flashing. The check engine light's on. It has a faulty airbag, which I'm gonna get fixed. I need to check out the TPMS sensors. The engine codes are a camshaft position sensor, misfires, which the plugs are shot, like they're terrible, so I'm gonna replace those soon. So main things right now that I need, it was running rougher. It was idling at like 500, and it's not very fast, but it was slower. But I ran like 3 bottles of fuel injector cleaner through it, and it's idling better and it's a little faster now. So the next order of business, at least for now, is going to be a radiator fan, PCM, and plugs, and rotors, because the rotors are warped, and pads. And then I'm going to start saving up, or maybe even pull a personal loan or something out to be able to get a new motor and get an exhaust or make one, and some other things along the road like wheels, maybe a body kit, stuff like that. But I mean, so far I've liked it. I've only owned it since the 17th, and I mean, it's a pretty good car, I'd say. I'm the 4th owner of it, and it's been the first owner owned it since 2003, which is the year, till probably, I don't know, a couple years ago, and then a guy bought it, had to sell it because he needed the money, and then my buddy bought it, and then it ended up needing an alternator, which I put a new one in it, and it needed a battery because the battery sat dead for 2 months, so I got a new battery for it too. And he was gonna throw an LS3 in it, fix it up, make it real nice, throw an LS3 in it, make it a fun car, but he just didn't have the time for it, and it was just sitting around, and he's either gonna sell it or was just gonna sit there at his apartment in the parking lot and collect dust. So he was like, hey, if you want to buy it off me, $2,500, come throw an alternator in it, it's yours. So I threw an alternator in it, got a different battery for it, and it's been running decent. Only issues I have is the PCM doesn't know what amount of power to send to the alternator. So the alternator, when I went to go get it tested before I got a new battery in it, said the battery was bad, which I kind of figured, and it said the alternator was bad. So I warrantied my brand new alternator and put a new one in, and it said that alternator was bad. So because the first one was sending like 13 volts, and the second one, the one that's in here now, was sending like 15. So I put another alternator in it, and it didn't fix the issue. So I'm gonna just replace the PCM because I'm pretty sure that's what the issue is, and I need to anyways because of the dead cylinder. I need to replace plugs and all that, and then once I get money for a new motor and whatever else, it should be pretty mint. And I mean, like, it's not terribly fast, but it's decent. It gets the job done. I can daily drive it, which is the main thing I wanted. And I ended up paying for this with the extra money I got from the Ford Focus, because I sold that for more than my loan was. But yeah, so I just used that, and then I spent the extra money on parts for it and whatnot, like the alternator and whatever else. So yeah, this is the car. It's a BMW 330xi, which I didn't specify, but it's the 330xi model. It's pretty well spec'd out, I'd say. From what I can tell, a pretty nice car. And so far I've liked it. So I guess we'll have to see. It has new tires, so that's a good thing. I won't have to replace the tires for a while if I do. rotations. I did do an oil change on it. Next thing, also, other than the radiator fan and the PCM, will be trans flush. So flushing the tranny fluid, possibly even flushing the power steering fluid. I need to recharge the AC because the cooling system got redone, so it doesn't have AC. But I think my buddy who owned the car before me is going to help with some of the stuff on this, like the cutting out the rust back there and welding new metal in and painting it, and possibly even recharging the AC and whatnot. So yeah, but I mean, I can show you guys, you know, more of the car tomorrow when it's light out, because I know that tonight you guys probably didn't get a really good look at it because it's, you know, 2 a.m. or whatever time it's 1:16 in the morning. So yeah, but I've just been kind of cruising around. I took one DoorDash because it was busy, and then it kind of died down. But I'm probably going to end the video here, at least for the night. Vlog number 15, or another title for it, I guess, first video in a while or something like that, you know, because I mean, I haven't made a video in 3 months. But yeah, this will be the end of this video. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good night. Bye.